Ever wonder what seasoned self-storage operators really talk about when no one else is in the room? No sales pitches, no fluff, just what's working, what's not, and what keeps them up at night. Well, today we're pulling back the curtain. We're going to distill the playbook for what it actually takes to win in this business, straight from the folks who are in the trenches every single day. And this quote right here, it hits the nail on the head. For so long, the industry has felt like it's been held together with duct tape and digital, well, workarounds. That's the curse word. But here's the thing. That era is coming to a very abrupt end. This one idea signals a huge shift in how operators are thinking about pretty much everything, starting with the software they use to run their entire business. So here's the game plan. We've broken down their conversation into 4 essential parts. First, we're going to tackle the tech revolution and the death of the workaround. Then we'll dive into a modern marketing playbook that actually makes sense. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of protecting your business from insider threats. And finally, we'll look ahead to the future, where reviews and AI are completely changing the game. All right, first up, this tech revolution. The biggest frustration we heard, loud and clear, was this feeling of being bogged down by clunky software. Systems that are cobbled together and force your managers to invent these weird, clumsy processes just to do their job. The demand now is for one seamless system, an all-in-one platform that's actually designed by operators for operators. And this isn't some fantasy wish list. It's built from pure experience. Operators want systems that are just intuitive because they were built by people who've actually stood behind the counter. They need reports they can customize in seconds, not spend hours digging for. And they want all the important stuff, payment processing, rate management, even QuickBooks, built right in, not just bolted on as an afterthought. The ultimate goal, a single one-stop shop that just works. Okay, so having streamlined tech naturally frees you up to think about our second pillar, marketing. But with so many options out there, the big question on every operator's mind is, where do I put my money and my time to get the best results? Well, the experts had a really clear and maybe surprising answer. The consensus was simple. Stop trying to do everything all at once. There's a definite pecking order here. Step 1, the absolute foundation is a clean, modern website with solid search engine optimization. Step 2 is to totally own your local search results with a killer Google business profile that's packed with great reviews. Only then, at step 3, should you start spending money on Google ads. And social media? That's dead last. Think of it as a bonus, not a necessity. And here's why that order is so important. You have to understand the difference between social media ads and Google ads. When you advertise on social, you might be reaching the right type of person, your perfect customer demographic, but you have no clue if they actually need storage right now. With Google ads, you're targeting intent. The person typing storage unit near me into their phone has a fire they need to put out today, and you're the firefighter. That's a way, way more valuable lead. All right, let's pivot from the outside world of marketing to something that happens behind closed doors. We're talking about operational security, and specifically the thing nobody likes to talk about but everybody needs to worry about, employee theft and embezzlement. Now, the operators in this conversation did not hold back. They've pretty much seen it all. And when this question came up, a whole list of red flags just poured out. So, what are the most common sneaky schemes that they're seeing right now? Auctions, it turns out, are a huge weak spot. A manager could post a sale for $100 but pocket $200 in cash. Another big one, constant unit transfers. A manager gives a tenant a special deal to move units, takes the cash, and just tweaks their name in the system. They've seen managers selling valuable items on Facebook before an auction even happens. Or taking a cash bribe from a tenant to let them grab their belongings, leaving you to auction an empty unit. But the classic tell? You do a walkthrough and find a customer's lock on a unit your computer says is vacant. Big red flag. So how do you fight this? It all comes down to having a rock-solid process. And the group laid out a really simple but powerful protocol. First rule, 2 people must always be there to cut a lock. No exceptions. Second, you take a picture of the sealed auction tag before anything happens. Third, and this one is non-negotiable, you video record the entire thing, from showing the tag to cutting the lock, panning the contents, and sealing it back up. It creates a chain of evidence that, frankly, keeps honest people on it. Okay, for our last section, let's look into the crystal ball. The way people find a storage facility is changing in a massive way, all because of artificial intelligence. The old rules of search are being thrown out, and a new reality is setting in. Your reputation is now your rank. So you've probably heard of SEO, search engine optimization. Well, get ready for a new acronym, GEO, or Generative Engine Optimization. This is all about getting ready for when people stop typing and start asking. You know, hey Siri, find me a clean, secure storage unit near my new apartment. When that happens, the AI isn't just looking for keywords. It's reading everything. It's trying to understand sentiment and reputation. And if you think I'm exaggerating, check out these numbers. A recent study found that while the typical website stuff still makes up about 24% of the ranking factors for these AI searches, customer reviews are the very next biggest piece of the pie at a whopping 20%. The actual words that real people use to describe you carry enormous weight now. So how do you get those amazing reviews that AI loves? Well, one operator shared a genius technique. She trains her managers to make the ask personal. So instead of, hey, can you review our facility? They say, if I did a great job helping you today, would you mind leaving a review and mentioning my name? That little switch encourages people to tell a story, not just give a star rating. And those rich, story-driven reviews are pure gold for AI algorithms. Phew, okay, we have covered a ton of ground here, from tech and marketing to theft and artificial intelligence. So let's boil it all down to a final, actionable checklist that you can start using like today. First up, tech. Audit your software and be brutally honest with yourself. Is it a real tool or is it just a workaround? Second, marketing. Nail the fundamentals. Master your website and your Google profile before you even think about spending big on ads. Third, security. Don't wait. Implement that strict two-person video-recorded auction protocol immediately. And finally, reviews. Start training your team now to ask for personal, story-driven reviews. That is how you're going to win at Geo. And that really brings everything together, doesn't it? In this new world, the old rules are fading. Technology and marketing are constantly evolving. But one thing is becoming clearer than ever. Your reputation is your rank. So the final question is really simple. Is your team, the real human beings on your front line, trained and empowered to build that reputation, one great customer story at a time?